Welcome to Passion for Action. This is a show where we spotlight others who are using their passion for health, fitness, or running to make a positive impact. If this is your first time here, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Jen.
And we are the owners of the charity organization Run for Grace. So today, we have an amazing guest, darling.
I'm going to say she's a warrior.
I would too. She is running to break the Guinness World Record
to be the youngest person, woman, and Latina to complete 100 marathons.
Yep, and she's already completed, as of today's recording, she's completed 64. Let's dive on into the computer and get to know Jocelyn the Warrior Rivas. Hello, Jocelyn the Warrior, welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We are so jealous of your background. It is making me self-conscious. I don't know if I could look at it, so I'm not going to look at that because I'm just going to feel this big. But it is such an inspiration to see that. So welcome to the Passion for Action show. We are honored to have you sit down with us for a few minutes. And our first question for you before we dive deep into this other stuff, she has a few things going on. She's on her way to do 100 marathons.
Absolutely.
The first woman, the youngest woman, no, the first person, youngest woman in Latina to do 100 marathons. Is that correct?
Well, it is. Someone has already done that before, but I'm trying to break the record. So it is basically is to become the youngest person to run 100 marathons, the youngest woman to run 100 marathons, and then also the youngest Latina to run 100 marathons. So I'm trying to break all three records. Hopefully I get them done.
Well, I would compete with that, but I don't fit any of that description except for the person part.
Oh my.
So,
hey, so you can still go for it.
Right.
So what was it? Okay, let's go way back and go, when did you start running and what was the inspiration behind that?
So I actually started running in 2013. It was during I was in high school. I was a junior, and I had seen Students Run LA, which was the program that I basically saw that you're able to run the marathon through. I saw that many people signed up, students, and I told my mom, "Hey, mom, I want to run a marathon," and she was like, "You can't run a marathon." And then she kind of always said, like, you can't run a marathon because, the way you were born. And I was like in a way, it kind of like gave me more of a motivation to go ahead and do it. So I went ahead and, the parents are supposed to sign the papers for them to give you permission to train with Students Run LA. So what I did was like, Mom, look, there's a field trip. Can you sign it? And so she signed the paper, and then, I obviously kept going through training, and every single time it's like I felt better and better running. With practice everything gets better, but Students Run LA was the program that helped me run my first marathon. It started in 2013, but I ran my first marathon in 2014, the Los Angeles Marathon. So that's basically how I started, more of a way to prove my mom wrong and to just show her like I can do this.
So getting back to that with your mom saying no because of how you were born. So can you give us a little recap of how you were born and what went on with that?
Yeah, so I actually was born with a broken back, neck, and feet. I was born in El Salvador, so you can, in a way, say like there weren't many resources. So it was there was no surgery that they could do for me. My mom, she was very poor too, so it wasn't like we had the money to afford a surgery. But basically, it was a lot of therapy, going ahead and her having to carry me with a pillow always, just because I was kind of broken, kind of. But then throughout the time, just a little. But then throughout the time, I was able to, I guess, recover, and my body was able to fight back. And I think like from what my mom told me, like a year and a half later, like I was already like, my body was already coming back together. And they say it was a miracle because they told her like she's not supposed to, she most likely wouldn't be, maybe she might not even live longer than a year, or maybe she's just gonna go ahead and like you're gonna have to take care of her for the rest of your life in a way of me being in a wheelchair. But definitely my body was able to fight back, and I was able to continue on. And growing up, other things came up, because it wasn't like I was healed, but it was more like I could be like a normal kid, you could say, and then I could go out, I could play and stuff like that. But it was a lot of back and forth, going back into the hospital. But it was good that after 5 years I didn't have to go back to the hospital so often.
That is awesome.
I'm sure all the doctors and nurses kind of missed you. You probably built a little relationship with them. Like, here's Jocelyn. Hey, I'm back, folks. Welcome back. Come on in. We got a place already set for you.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't like that place. I remember it, and it was nice. I mean, I didn't have to go to school, but no, it was like, I think it was more like I thought it was normal. I was still a kid, so I thought I was like a normal thing to do.
Yeah, that's all you knew.
Wow.
Oh, can I go to question 2?
Yeah, go to question 2. Let's go for it.
So, why do you want to be the youngest person, woman, and Latina to complete 100 marathons?
Why not first? Break the Guinness World Record.
Yeah, for the Guinness World Record. I think the reason why it's because growing up, as a Latina, I really didn't have a lot of people I could look up to. I know there was artists. That was mainly the thing. You could look up to artists, but then I was like, I knew I didn't have the best voice in me to sing. So I was
let's test it out right now. Just give it a test.
Oh no, you can't hear me. But anyways, I saw that that wasn't something that I was looking for in a way, but I didn't really have someone to look up to. And then as time went on, I just wanted to be someone in a way, or be someone that people could look up to, especially girls in my community, little girls, because sometimes they don't think some things are possible. So that's the main reason why I want to break this record, to inspire people to get healthy, but at the same time to inspire my community to see that anything is possible.
That's awesome.
Love that.
And so what is the current record that you're trying to beat?
The current record, it's the youngest woman to 100 marathons and the youngest person. Those are the 2 Guinness World Record. But the youngest Latina one is not a Guinness World Record, but it's more like it's still a record, but it's just not part of the Guinness World Record book.
So with the first person and youngest person, is it like there's a time frame that you have to do those 100 marathons in?
Yeah, so the person who broke the record, someone has already broken the record for the youngest woman, and the person who did it was 25. So I'm trying to beat that certain, age. So I am 23 right now. So hopefully, I still have 2021 and the beginning of 2022, but I'm hoping to get it done in 2021. Before COVID, came through, my plan was actually to finish the 100 marathons December, which was this December.
Oh, wow.
But because COVID-19 happened, a lot of races got canceled, and so I got pushed back like 40 marathons. So it's hard, but I in a way it's kind of like saying like how bad do you want this? Like COVID-19 is not gonna. It could stop me, but it's more like I'll still keep showing up even though this pandemic is going through.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so what were you on pace? So you're doing like a marathon every week almost? Was that your pace?
Yeah, so I was doing a marathon every weekend. Starting 2019, I did 27 marathons for that year. And then this year I was supposed to like double it, which was going to be 52 marathons in the year. If I could do 53, it was going to be 53, but it was more like, because sometimes I would like to take a week off and then just do 2 back to back. So then I could just at least have 1 week off. Yeah. Just to, be home.
Back to back. Oh, geez. You're like talking like one day after another? Or...
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And sometimes it has happened where it's like in the morning and then one in the night.
You're kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're running the entire time, or are you like doing like a run walk kind of thing?
No, it's like a different race. It's like the Bakersfield Marathon in the morning and then like Las Vegas Marathon in the night. So
are you running the entire thing, or are you like, do you do like a run walk thing?
like a mixture.
Oh,
of
you mean like if I'm no, I gotta walk some of it, I have to walk some of it. I can't, I'm not, I can't.
Okay.
So I stopped like in I been seeing a pattern. And I think I have to improve, but I have seen that after mile 17, 18, I start, hitting the wall earlier than usual. And then I do have to stop and maybe walk half a mile. And then after that, I'm able to keep running. But I do have to take like a mini break. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my fuel isn't working properly, but I do have to stop around, mile 18 and a half, 19 to, just walk a little, get some fuel in me. And then after I'm able to continue running. But there's times where, I do have to walk for
Wow. So
like certain portions of it.
that's interesting. So you talked about fuel a little bit. Just on a little side note, you're a vegetarian, correct?
I'm a vegan.
A vegan. Okay. Because because I put a post out one day about that because we just became vegetarians about 2 months ago. And we tried it before.
Congrats.
It didn't go very well. It was like we did not go well. But this time we're on target. We got it. We're doing it.
Oh yeah,
We're doing it well.
So much easier and better this time. And I think we definitely did more research and watched some videos and things with animals, and we're just like, no, like we can't participate in any of that. So, there's nothing for us that's like, oh my gosh, I want some meat. It's just like, no.
Oh my God. I'm so happy, honestly, to hear that. Sometimes it's more like, if you could go out without it and you could still live a good life, eat good food, why not, in a way, So that's the reason why I also do it. It's like, why not, If I could survive this way and it helps me with running, why not?
Yeah. Have you looked into being the first vegan person to do 100 marathons? Maybe that'd be another one you can put on your notch.
I have not. But you know what? I can't say that because I wasn't vegan, when I started this journey.
Oh,
it was
okay.
the time that I learned that, being vegan was the way of me recovering quicker. So instead of spending 2 weeks, recovering for a marathon that was, downhill or a certain marathon, I literally will recover like in 2 days. But even then, like I could wake up the next day and I'm not sore, like how I would be before. So your body does get used to it, but I just saw a lot of transformation when I went vegan. I tried it for like 3 months and I was like, wow. Nice. But then I gave up on it. And then I started back again. And then when I started back again, then I was like, this is it. Like, I'm going to be committed to it. So I think it was it was in September. I had a year of being vegan. Yeah.
And so before we get to our next question, what's the one thing you miss the most of regular food? Is there one food that you miss the most that comes to
the food?
Yeah.
Food. I mean, I would say that the reason why I didn't become vegan earlier was because of shrimp. So that was like the one I would eat shrimp every day if I could. It was so good. I'm like, but I later on found a vegan shrimp and I was like, oh my God, it tastes just like it. So that helped me,
Yeah, vegan shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is, you do have to go out and look for it. It's not like as easy as, going to the market and buying some shrimp, But, if it's out there, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
If you have a little cocktail sauce with it.
Oh, man. I actually like the fried ones. I like the fried ones. Yeah, with ranch.
Oh, snap.
Awesome.
Like crunchy.
So, on the third question, I believe. You just because we're taking turns here and asking questions, so it's my turn. Actually, go ahead. Go ahead and ask.
Okay.
We're gonna guess. We let her ask.
Remember when we talked about the talking and how it just goes? There you go.
Left field, folks.
Well, the third question: what are the best takeaways you've learned about yourself while pursuing these goals?
I think the biggest takeaway I have learned about myself is, it's, sometimes there's been marathons where it's been a struggle. It's been very, painful. I'm injured. So it's kind of hard to still show up that day. But I have seen, like, I am very determined. I think that's the biggest takeaway. Like, I have learned to see that how determined I am when I want something, not want something, but when I really want to do something. So definitely, you know, injuries have been something that has pushed me back a bit, but it's something that hasn't, you know, stopped me yet. So I think the biggest takeaway is just knowing that you could really be really determined and dedicated to something, and you could use that same dedication you have for something and use it somewhere else. So you could use it in your career, or you could use it just in life. So that's generally how I see it. Like, you know, if something is going bad in my life, it's like, hey, it's a marathon.
Mhm.
Yep.
But in that mindset, you know, right now maybe you're like in that bad section, you know, maybe you're in mile 22. It's really hard, but it's not going to be forever. You know, you're going to get through it. So I think the biggest takeaway is learning a lot of life lessons and knowing to basically put all of those into my life and be able to go through life and see, you know, the, you could say the sun in my life, basically the sunlight in my life.
That's a beautiful analogy. Yeah, life is a marathon, one step at a time.
Yeah.
As long as you keep moving forward, you'll get past the painful parts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
never gonna be there forever. So, I mean, it might feel like it, but it's yeah.
And you're
If
probably
we
thinking,
were running right now, we'll be like, oh my God, when can we get this done? Oh,
I just want a piece of shrimp. Where is it at? So
oh man.
so when you think about your injuries, you probably think, I survived a broken back. I mean, this is nothing, right? You could, I'll do a marathon on my stumps if I have to. If I survived a broken back, you can do anything. I mean,
Oh yeah.
geez.
I mean, it's hard, but I mean, there's times where it's just like I show up. I don't know if you guys remember from the LA Marathon, the 35 Reasons Why, but they show how I ran the Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon, and I couldn't even walk. I'm telling you, I couldn't walk, but I still showed up to like the race start, and I
Oh
still
my
decided
gosh.
to like run,
Yeah.
run. But it was more like I was running on one. I don't even know how I got through. Like I can't even explain it. It's like one feet was just like for standing in a way, and the other one was the one doing all the work. Um, Definitely it was hard, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, I don't even know. Like sometimes I do the marathons and I'm like, I don't know how I survive. Yeah.
How long did it take you to recover from those shin splints for that the Las Vegas one?
It took me about two months and a half. Yeah. But I did, you know, I think my biggest mistake was, you know, the shoes. I should have gotten better shoes. You know, that's like the
Oh yeah,
final. I
I
think it
went
was
through that.
miles were over the shoes already. Like it was time for me to get a new pair. I also wasn't running with compression, and I have learned that compression is like the best thing ever. It helps you so much with recovery. And then what else was it? It's just, you know, a lot of stretching. I wasn't doing enough stretching.
Mm.
I thought I was Superwoman.
I don't know what the heck she's talking about.
Oh, you
Stretching
know,
is for
stretching.
wusses.
Oh man, I mean, I still don't stretch. Not kidding.
You don't? You
I
don't
support
stretch?
you. I do stretch, but I do it minimum, unless it's
Oh.
necessary. You know, when I start to feel a little injured, like coming
Yeah.
my way, I'm like, okay, time to stretch.
Yeah, girl,
Yeah.
wait till you hit 43. Those stretching sessions gonna be a little longer.
Oh man.
Yeah,
You've got
23.
a lot of time. It's just good.
So does your back hurt every day?
You know what? Before COVID-19, it was like constantly. I wake up like at 5 in the morning, and it was like, you know, I wake up from pain in the back normally, but mainly it was my neck too, because my neck is normally where I feel the most pain. But through COVID-19, I don't know, it's because I've been resting a lot more, but the pain has reduced a lot more.
Oh,
I
good.
don't even know how. Yeah.
I wonder if it has anything to do with you not doing a marathon every week. Maybe.
I mean, it was still hurting before I was a marathon runner. So, I mean, I always say that, you know, it's not because of marathons. I mean, simply it could just be, you know, maybe I'm resting a lot more than I was before. That could
Yeah.
simply be it. Yeah.
So what are you current? Is there any? What's your current? What are your new? What adventures are you working on now? And how can people get a hold of you to support you in those?
Well, right now I'm still going through my journey, 100 marathons. That's my only goal right now, just to get there and finish it. This weekend I'm actually running, you know, a marathon in Texas. So definitely I always share, you know, my trip. Normally I also like to share like the protocols that the marathons have. So wearing a mask, putting certain, a bracelet to know that you already gotten your temperature check, certain things like that. So I like sharing that on my social media. I have an Instagram. It's Jocelyn the Warrior.
Okay.
Yeah, silly name.
No, it's a great
Awesome.
name.
And then, normally I share some stuff on Facebook, but normally my way to share stuff is my Instagram, or if not, my website, which is jocelynrivas.com.
Awesome. We'll put all this, the links in the description below. But so the warrior part, how did that come up? Did somebody give that to you? You just woke up one day and said, I'm the warrior, because it fits you perfectly. I mean, I don't think it's silly at all.
So the person who gave me, I didn't come up with this. As I mentioned, I was part of Students Run LA. And so there's mentors, and those mentors are basically sometimes teachers, or they're, college students that come and help you out. And one of them, we had a ceremony after we had completed the 2014 marathon, LA Marathon 2014. And it was a ceremony with Students Run LA. And they give you like a certificate in a way that identifies who you are. So sometimes they gave it, I don't know, it's different names in a way, but the one I got was a warrior.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a definition of how I was a warrior. And then that really spoke to me. And I was like, wow, I am the warrior.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Let me make that my username. I was still in high school. So it wasn't like, it's something that I thought of. It was just like, okay, I'll just be Jocelyn the Warrior. And then through time, it just stick, and I was like, now it's like I haven't even changed my profile picture since 2014. Like that was my 2014 profile picture on Instagram. I still haven't changed it, and I think I never will. And just because I'm like, hey, it's good. Why change it?
Yeah.
But definitely, that's how the name came to be. It was from a mentor from Students Run LA who decided to call me the warrior, and I happen to believe him.
I think it's fantastic.
Very fitting.
Yeah.
Yes. Question 5. So now we know your most audacious goals. Now, what is the impact that you'd like them to have on others?
I think the impact I would like to have on others is just, for them to maybe start their own journey. It doesn't have to be with running related, but most importantly, with following their dreams. I am a dreamer, so that means that, I do have difficulties, here in America. So definitely some things are, I don't have as many opportunities, but I do have some. So it's more like take those few opportunities that you have and follow your dreams, and stop you. So that's mainly my goal, just to follow your dreams. If you want to do something, know that you can do it and you will get to it.
Absolutely. I love that. And I going a little off to the side, when I watched your video, the YouTube video, the 35 reasons, girl, I was sitting there like probably midway, just already crying, like, this is amazing. Like, you are so inspiring, and I love all that you do. And that was such a good video, and it gives so much about you. So, definitely thank you for taking this time. Like, maybe in my own head, you are now my bestie, but
yeah, hey, if you're a runner, you're my best friend. Seriously. And you run, it's like, hey.
So, like, I love the Jocelyn the Warrior. Like, that is so fitting. That is perfect for you, and keep that, girl. Keep it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Honestly, like, it's just very, like, I never thought, never like growing up, that I'll be running marathons, never, and it's like, it's not that it's something out of the world either. So definitely anyone can do it, but definitely everyone that goes on this, marathon journey, everyone has a story, and everyone is special in their own very way.
Very true.
Well, thank you again.
No, thank you guys for inviting me.
I'm looking forward to keeping up with her on her journey to 100. It's going to be a huge celebration, I'm sure. When you, sorry, I'm going offside. What do you think that 100th marathon would be if you had a an idea, where would be that celebratory 100th marathon? Where would that be?
So my plan was actually to have a 2021. Like I was gonna get to 100 marathons by the end of the year, like for 2020. But I was gonna wait because there's some that have to be certified. So I was gonna do a few more, and then the official 100 certified and sanctioned marathon was gonna be the LA Marathon 2021.
Oh,
Because that's where I started my journey. So I
Nice.
wanted to end in the same place I started. But because of COVID, things
thanks,
changed.
COVID.
Yeah, thanks, friend. Now I think it's gonna be in the fall, most likely in summer or the fall of 2021, and it could potentially be the Long Beach Marathon, or it could be the the Rebel Big Bear Marathon. One of those two. Who knows? Maybe if the LA Marathon gets postponed to the fall,
Okay.
it might just fall. Hey,
Well,
it might just
that would
happen.
be, that would be also be fitting because you are an ambassador for LA Marathon. So
Yes. Use my code. Okay.
yes, we'll put the code down here. Very cool. Thank you for sitting down with us, Jocelyn, the warrior. We appreciate you, and we are going to follow you on your journey. And have a great day, and have a safe trip to Texas. I'm assuming you're
Thank
leaving
you so
tonight.
much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, what was that sound?
The chair flew over.
Dang!
There's a tornado out there.
This is gonna go on all day. Woman and Latina.
That's exactly what I just
You didn't
said.
say no, you did not. At this point, folks, this is when my wife gets mad at me. Help me, Karma.
Don't help him, Karma. He's just grasping at straws now.
Okay, let's get this thing started.
Thank you for joining us. And if you like this episode, check out another one we have here with Passion for Action.
Yes, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future episodes of some amazing people like Jocelyn the Warrior Rivas. And if you know somebody who is using their passion for health, fitness, or running, who is making a positive impact, please let us know because we would love to share their story. Until next time.
Sending light, love, and happiness.
Mwah.